Welcome to you. Welcome to Matters on VOP 90.3 FM. Well, my name is Jude, Ikami Jude, and well, I'm just right here because you're there. So we're going to be doing this together this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Of course, today is the 12th day in the month of October 2023. My name is Jude, Ikami Jude. I have the pleasure of having Cyril Habaku with me this afternoon in the studio. Cyril Habaku, a very beautiful afternoon to you.
A beautiful afternoon to you, Jude.
Yes, good to have you join us. All right.
Pleasure.
Yeah, for those watching us live, I want to say thank you so very much. But then you can also share this broadcast with your friends and everyone around you, okay? It is VOP 90.3 FM on all of our social media platforms, VOP 90.3 FM. And of course, we have our WhatsApp portal open just right away. The number is 0700 903 9039. Again, 0700 903 9039. And much later we get to open up the studio numbers, the studio line, so we can talk. All right, so welcome to Matters on VOP 90.3 FM. Now, Cyril Habaku, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, yesterday waded into the controversy surrounding the personal identity of the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, demanding and it was time the Nigerian leader addressed the issue squarely. Specifically, Obi, who spoke during a World Press Conference in Abuja, urged Tinubu to personally speak to the issues surrounding his real name, 1, birthplace, 2, educational qualifications, 3, his parentage, 4, among others. But in a swift reaction to Obi, the All Progressives Congress said Tinubu has no identity problem except the one contrived by Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi. Please, I want you to tell us what is actually playing here. Reveal this. I don't have anything to reveal. What's really playing out? Maybe help us understand.
Well, I think that largely the challenge, not just for Peter Obi and for Atiku, and this is barring the president's supporters and people who feel that they know him already. It's one thing to have been a governor, to have been a senator, to have been a treasurer at a multinational oil corporation.
Okay.
It's one thing to have been all that. But when you want to now come to the center stage, when you want to become president of your country, you are to expect the unexpected. You are to expect just anything. People will say all sorts of things about you. They'll keep asking questions, no matter how you answer, no matter what you do. The fact is, not everybody has known you. Maybe you are a hero as a governor, you are a great man as a senator, but not everyone has known you. From the day you want to become president, you come under the spotlight. Everybody wants to know more about you. And for our president, I think that the bane of the scrutiny he's facing is not so much about whether he was even born or not. We see he's born as a human being. He's a Nigerian. He has a name. He has a face. He has hands. He has legs. And that's how it goes for every other Nigerian. But from the time you want to transit from being just a Nigerian in the corner of your own part of civilization to becoming someone who wants to be primus inter pares, become president, you want to put yourself up there for public office, people are going to begin to ask questions. Where are you from? Where did you school? What's a favorite meal? I can tell you that for someone like Obasanjo, from his own mouth, I had him say in 1999 or 98 that pounded yam and egusi soup is his favorite meal. So we know that because he's president. If I told you what I love to eat now, chances are that after this interview, you may even forget. But you see, because he was then presidential candidate of the PDP, and he was then having a national debate on the NTA with Olufalaye, who was then candidate of the. I couldn't forget it. This man was going to be president of my country. There was no way I was going to forget. In fact, He even gave a story there where he said that somebody gave me a machine for pounding yam from China, and that the Chinese don't pound yam, but that they produce the machine for us to buy. And that if he elected president, so this whole story,
exactly.
I couldn't forget it. So in the case of the president, when this whole scrutiny began, I think that what he could have done, what he should have done, was not to consider it as a condescending gesture to answer these questions. You don't see it as who are they and what do they want to know. If you look at the time when former President Buhari traveled to the UK for medical treatment, the question was asked. They said, Mr. President. In fact, then the question was, where is the president? Later it became, what is he being treated for? And I remember very vividly when Femi Adesina, then spokesman to the president, was on TV. I think TV to be precise. He said that they are asking what is wrong with the president. No, they said they want to see the president because rumors were arrived that something had, so they said, so Femi Adesina famously said, he said they want to see, and then when they see, so what they said, so it will look like we wanted to see and now we have seen. That he didn't think that Nigerians should be the ones to agitate and then see the president. The president should only be seen when he wants to be seen. So it was like they were talking, and then we bowed and said, and then in the end, what now happens? I think that you check over the years, even when President Yar'Adua was sick, he so rest in peace. What was the ailment? We didn't know. Where was he being treated? We really didn't know. Everything was shrouded in secrecy. The only thing we knew was that the president was away and his vice, it was, in fact, even when his wife was to be sworn in as acting president, it was after a lot of back and forth. The day they were to swear him as vice president, some people came and said that morning that they had seen the president and done walk out, jogging up and down with him. I think Senator David Mark had been fed up by that time and said, you know what, whether you saw him or not, to hell with your sin. They installed Jonathan as acting president. But the fact was that they see nobody saw him. This man, with all due respect, was fighting for his life. And people came and we are lying over. The fact is that they did not tell us the truth. I would have expected that President Tinubu, the least he could have done was say, guys, I went to school. If you are taking the initiative to clear the air, perhaps this
he said that.
No. You don't just say you went to school by saying you went to school.
Okay.
What I mean is, the way you come clean, the way you. So, for example, his lawyers were trying to block Atiku from getting access to his records at CSU. You get what I'm saying? You were a student. My classmates. I know when I was in primary 6, we took a class picture. I wasn't a class prefect. We took this class picture. I can tell you the names, although I'm not sure if you can repeat the pronunciation, but I can tell you those names. My secondary school too. I had friends and classmates from JS1. Of course, some people transferred. I didn't. From just on SS3 it was one school I attended. Then I went to university. I did my BSc. I did then. Of course in Lagos I did my master's programs. I know my lecturers. They know me. You know what I mean? So if I'm calling if people say, did you even go to school? I have more than enough evidence. See, two things were happening. One, the president's classmates were going to swear affidavit and say, I swear on oath that I was classmates with the president. I don't think that was. Why should somebody be swearing on oath for me? For example, it won't really change it. You don't have to swear on oath for me to be your classmate. I don't. Then number two, his lawyers were also blocking the CSU from releasing. Look, I don't. The argument is not whether the president went to school or not. CS has come to say he was our student. They have also provided evidence to show that he was indeed their student. Case closed. But why?
And that should be enough.
It should be enough, actually. But why were we now trying to? Why was the president trying to block? That now gave the impression that indeed there was something to hide.
Let's get back to what you said earlier. That if one wants to play in the center as a president or whatever, his identity, everything should be made known.
Yeah.
Now, remember, this guy has been a governor of Lagos State.
Yes.
So, would you want to say that is everything about him is shrouded in secrecy or something?
No. So, before he became governor of Lagos in 1999, he had been senator and chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriation 1993 under the the Third Republic that Abiola didn't become president. The argument again was that in fact back then he had been a candidate for Senate president.
Okay.
But that because MK was from the Southwest, they didn't think that a co-Southwesterner should be Senate president when another Southwesterner was going to be president of the Federal Republic. So if you look at the Senate committee that he came to head, the appropriations committee clearly showed that this was a man that could have been Senate president. Now, the main issue is that as governor of Lagos State in 1999, this same certificate crisis had come up. The famous Ganifa Wahimi legal battle, and though it ended abruptly or something, Ganifa Wahimi, went to court. He was stoned. People abused him and did all kinds of things against him. Back then, the argument was that it was former senator, of course. If you're a senator, you're always a senator. But now former senator Tokunbo Afikyomi was the person that we were told made the mistakes in filling the president's forms. There was also an issue about was it Government College Ibadan or not. There was also an issue of was St. Paul's Aroloya or not. But again, the point to be made is it is Mr. President who owes Nigerians that moral. You see, this whole thing is not supposed to be a legal thing.
How is it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be a moral. I'm president. If you want to know whether I went to school or not, there's no need to go to court. Look at my documents. In fact, if the documents I present are not convincing enough, then my somebody can approach my school to say, you know what, we have cause to question what we're seeing. Did you indeed tender? I can assure you that all my classmates, one of them is a professor in Australia. I think PhD professor. He lectures in Australia. I read mass communication through them. So another one of them is broadcaster. Two of them have worked with the BBC. I think one left BBC some 2 weeks or last week, a week ago left the BBC. The other one is still there. The other one is a famous sportscaster in Port Harcourt. So I'm sure all of these people are going to come out and say, where
they
are you
don't
going?
know you.
No. What are they going to do there? Themselves go bring the certificate. All of us have the same certificate. Then go bring the certificate. Show say all of us now the same school we go. So what are you now going to do? I'm sure that if that kind of thing even came up against me, they will flood the.
What I'm asking is, if a person has been governor of Lagos for a couple of years, 8 years, why is his identity still hidden? According to what people say, people have been saying that Nigerians, like this guy, we don't know him. Why? He's been a governor. He's been this. He's been here. He's been there, and you still say you don't know him. I mean,
no. So
is that are we being fair?
No. So it's not a question of you don't know him.
Okay.
Actually, it is possible that we don't even know him. It's a possibility. So, for example, if Gani hadn't brought that matter up, we wouldn't have known that even the form he filled had errors in it. That the form that was submitted to INEC, I think 1999, had some discrepancies. We wouldn't have known. But again, the matter came down to the fact that somebody who was helping him fill the form made those errors. It's fine. It's okay. Now, so again, did we know him? Yes. Who was he? Governor. Who was His Excellency Governor of Lagos State? Yeah, but again, when somebody got the whiff that something could be all right with what was going on, the person chose to take up that matter, and then we began to hear, other sides of the issue. Now, Atiku again has picked up the issue. What came out of it? CSU. If the president himself could hire lawyers, they went to court justice. Is it Maldonado also? The back and forth. The deposition now came in and so on. Now, the CSU, in the certificate he issued to authenticate the president's, the fact that he was their student, but that certificate is materially not the same with what the president submitted to INEC. That's what we will now come to learn. So the question, if Atiku hadn't taken up that matter again, we wouldn't have perhaps known that this discrepancy existed. We now began to hear things about third parties can issue what's it called, certificates and so on. Popular columnist Farouk Berogi, I think about 6 years ago, wrote a column in which he said that one of President Buhari's appointees was claiming to have a PhD that he didn't have, that the school was claiming gave him the PhD didn't even have a program that awarded PhDs in that particular category, or maybe the school didn't even exist. So we can't assume that we know anybody until we verify. Now, that's why I say we can be spared the verification process if the president or any governor or senator does not feel that being accountable to you is a condescension.
Okay.
Don't take it as condescension. If somebody calls your what's it called, whatever certificate or anything into question, it is a moral. It's not. This matter shouldn't be left to the Supreme Court or any. It's a moral thing. It's moral, guys. You can't say this against me. I have the fact to prove what I said. Fact one, fact two, fact three, fact four, and if it's true, it's true. If it's true, it's true. I have a friend who won the Wole Investigative Journalist of the Year Award 2014 or 15. He is vice chancellor from Ahmadu Bello University. If I wrote to congratulate him to say, "Well done, guy. You're making our school proud." So what? So if that guy was to run for Senate or president tomorrow, we are now going to say he didn't go to school. All he needs to do is to tender the VC's letter, tender his certificate and stuff. Nigerians will walk away. But you see, if that guy now said, "You know what, you want to find out, I will allow you to go and find out," and we go to court, that guy will now also hire lawyers, Jude, to prevent the school from confirming to me that he went to school. Why waste the money? Why spend all that? Why don't you just say, "This is the evidence you're looking for"? My class, I'm telling you, the alumni association of my school, they are going to. I did a program at Pan Atlantic University in 2013. The records are there. The records are there. I know the people that schooled with me. They will come out and speak. So,
but then, how would you now react to the report by BBC yesterday coming out to say that or rather indicated that there was no evidence that the diplomat Tinubu submitted to the country's electoral commission was forged?
No, it was not forged.
It was not forged, rather.
It was not forged.
It was not forged.
Well, the BBC has undertaken one investigation, and I want to believe that other media houses are at liberty to also carry out their own investigation.
How would you refer to that investigation being made by BBC?
Well,
because you know why people respect BBC so much.
No, you see, again, I don't think that investigation particularly brings us out of the controversy. The BBC is a voice, global broadcaster. We respect them, but they are just a voice. Ultimately, the burden of proof is on the president, not even on the courts. For me. Okay. So, for example, in one of the court cases, I think it was either the one Atiku filed, or the president's lawyer said that the errors on the certificate he had given were clerical errors for the wrong logo, for the wrong signature, for the naming, including allegations of the fact that the people who signed those papers came to the school several years after. So the matter as it is, behoves on leadership to clearly say, "Look, guys, this thing wasn't forged." I don't know if you saw the yearbook that was released. The yearbook that was released.
Okay.
I don't know if it's one comes and says his face is not there. Another one comes and says his face is there. You are just adding to the you're merely adding up to the controversy. But I mean, for what it is worth, we live in the age of AI. People are just, those who are for the president will do their own. Those who are not for the president will also want to push their own narrative out, out there. But for me, I think that the burden just lies with Mr. President to say, "I went to this." I mean, there was no need for. Look, listen to what I've been saying, Jude. There was no need for the president to have been hiring lawyers to prevent. Once you're president,
okay, but his party has also come out to say the president has nothing to cover. I mean, to uncover. Everything is just plain before the public.
The party has to speak by way of as part of the perception building process. We understand that because they are partisan to the party. I wouldn't expect the party to say anything against Mr. President. I wouldn't expect the APC to do that. What Peter B said yesterday, I think is the same thing I'm sort of re-echoing. The president owes Nigerians the duty to come out and say, people, Jude, this matter is not just even about CSU. it's not just about CSU.
Okay.
All right. This president, somebody comes out and says, these are his other real names or other names. I mean, how much further can we go? You look at the whole thing, the whole drama, and it just leaves you wondering. But for me, I think, like I've been saying, the president should come out and make it state clearly what it is. His real name, his name is, the president's name is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That much we know. But so that's where the matter really is. Jude.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Well, the camps of the People's Democratic Party standard bearer Atiku Abubakar and the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi have protested the BBC report that there is no evidence to back the diploma forgery allegations against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. BBC's global disinformation team had, in a fact-check report published on Wednesday, said there was no evidence that Tinubu forged the Chicago State University certificate he submitted to INEC to contest the February election. The BBC report concluded that the allegation that Tinubu submitted a forged CSU certificate to the INEC was false. A complete false. Now, Atiku is in court. I was asking a question, I think I was asking a lawyer, if Atiku can see this through, what would happen? Cyril Abaku, maybe you should tell us. Atiku is, some persons have said, well, he's going to go nowhere with this whole thing because he's got really no evidence. And that's one. Two, that the court cannot accept fresh, cannot start filing fresh charges. We're talking about the Supreme Court. So tell us about it.
Let me start with the last one. I'm not a lawyer. I have to sound that caveat out early in the day. But the Supreme Court is not just a normal, ordinary court like the other courts. That's why sometimes it is referred to as a policy court. Or in other countries, it is mostly called the constitutional court. Because when you talk about the judiciary being the interpreter of the law, the Supreme Court is the apogee of it, is the final authority. No. It has very wide powers, sincerely speaking. We know that even in criminal procedure, when you have EFCC or other people or other persons being prosecuted for certain crimes or for certain things, when fresh evidence comes to light, they normally file it and say, and they normally notify the court to say, we have fresh charges or whatever it is. So if the case has not even started. So like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but if Atiku says he would like to amend the charges and file additional counts before the main additional charges before the main trial begins,
all right.
The court, the matter is purely a matter of discretion. The court has the discretion either to accept or not to accept. It's not for us to sit back in radio studios on TV screens or people and just what's it called, conjecture, make conjectures. No.
Okay.
The court has wide, enormous jurisdiction to admit or not admit. So it is about the discretion of the justices. If they so wish, or if they so consider it proper, it's entirely up to them. But away from that, now let me read a paragraph of the BBC report.
Please do.
The copy he gave, that is the president gave to the election commission, had part of the university logo missing. Which
can you say that again?
The copy of the copy the president gave to the election commission had part of the university logo missing.
Okay.
Which Mr. Weisberg, that is from CSU, Mr. Weisberg, in his deposition said was possibly cut off when it was photocopied. That is the CS certificate the president gave to INEC didn't even have the school logo. And Mr. Weisberg's own theory of what might have happened was that it was possibly cut off during photocopying.
Okay.
All right. Then the BBC analyzed the diploma, and it appears to the BBC that in fact that its bottom part, that is bottom part of the certificate, was not included during photocopy process. The BBC was guessing. Mr. Weisberg was also guessing, Mr. Weisberg said that the upper part containing the logo.
Is it about guessing, really, right now?
Hey, wait now.
No, let's point to that. Of course, we have to ask. This is a very important issue, and we're talking about this. We're having this guessing game here and there.
You see, Mr. Weisberg said it was possibly cut off.
Okay.
Now the BBC is also so let me quote the report. Said, we analyzed the diploma. It appears, in fact, that its bottom part was not included during the photocopy process. That is, the bottom part of the CS certificate was not included. The BBC reached out to Mr. Tinubu's team to get a copy of the diploma in question. They sent what they said was the only existing copy of the diploma. It is a black and white photocopy identical to what was submitted to INEC. Now, let me even pause there. So, it is not a photocopy issue now. If you're getting it. It doesn't look as if the president's people have the original, please, I'm putting this in quotes,
okay,
authentic copy. The one they have is the one they gave INEC. So it was not as if during the photocopy anything was cut off. Let me take that again. Should I? You understand what I said?
Yeah, very well.
Okay, but let me just take that thing for the benefit of the listener.
Okay.
So the listener can follow our train of thought. My laptop is open to the BBC page, so I'm reading from there. The BBC says that Mr. Weisberg had thought or considered or concluded or assumed that
probably
that the reason why the logo of the school didn't show in the copy the president gave to INEC was that it was cut off during photocopy, which is understandable. Now, the BBC also said that even their own fact-checking team checked and saw that the bottom part of the certificate wasn't even also included, and that when they reached out to the president's team to avail them a copy of the diploma, it was this same part. It was this same black and white that didn't have logo, header, or footing that was given to them. So it was not a photocopying issue per se. This is actually the copy the president originally authentically has. Because you won't be given why should you give the BBC a copy that, why don't you, you could even snap, you could just take a picture, snap, or you scan. In this day and age, who even does, I thought you normally put it in a machine and you scan it. Jude, are you following my train of thought?
Very well.
You could simply scan and attach, which is, but to photocopy, who was doing the photocopy for the president that didn't even take it to an A4, to a proper, and such rough photocopying that cut off the logo and cut off the. So, Brother Jude,
is that why Nigerians feel that that document was forged?
For those who think it was forged, right?
Well, I don't understand what you're trying to say, though. I am just trying to find out why you feel, that that was forged. But then let's a little bit put that aside. Let's a little bit put that aside. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now, there's this war between Obi and Atiku. Atiku now is, or rather, Obi is shielding Atiku. And you remember a few days ago, there was this thing Atiku said, that Obi and Kwankwanso should come together and join forces with him to tackle this issue head on. But then, this guy said, well, Atiku is on his own. You're fighting the battle alone. And now we see the person of Obi coming in now to shield, he's shielding Atiku. He's saying, yes, of course, the president should be able to tell Nigerians what's really going on. Tell us the name, give us the necessary information about you, and So, is this a kind of? Would you call this a kind of a merger now at this point in time?
It's not a merger.
What do you call it?
It's not. Any political strategist can easily tell what is going on. First of all, it won't really be wise or politically smart not to benefit from what is going on. the ground was ripe for a political harvest, to harvest some capital, and Peter Obi has done the smart thing by cashing in on it. Should he have indeed joined ranks with Atiku Abubakar, it would have been at his own peril. He would have taken a heavy toll. Look at Jude, the person who is now in the imagination of Nigerians as leading the charge against Mr. President is Atiku Abubakar. The whole CSU case, he had been the one who championed it. Okay, did a press conference, told Nigerians how far he had gone, and so all eyes were basically on Atiku. He was in the spotlight. If Kwankwaso and Peter Obi had come to join him, where would they be standing? Behind him. Automatically, he would have taken the win off their sails. He would have become the new champion. And believe me, if anything were to come up that would determine whether Atiku or Peter Obi anything, clearly Atiku would be the one to. It would even give him campaign headway to say, I champion what this cause, and after all, they only came to support me, and so he would have become the head of the position by and large. That's what would have happened. So I think they understood better than to queue behind him. In Kwankwaso's own case, I think that Kwankwaso may not really see himself as the president's opposition. I really don't think he sees himself as such. I think Mr. Kwankwaso has a very good relationship with Mr. President. I mean, if you are close to the president's camp and if you are a keen observer of what was going on, even when the president, after winning the election, had to go to France to hibernate before he was sworn in, Kwankwaso was among the very few persons, if not even the only top politician, who flew to France to go and visit him. So clearly, I personally don't reckon Kwankwaso to be any political position to either the APC or to the president. Maybe in Kanu State, yes, but at the federal level, Kwankwaso has a very cordial relationship with Mr. President. So, or would rather have such a relationship with Mr. President. I really don't see Kwankwaso and the president as being on such opposing sides that will give him enough reason to join ranks with Atiku and Peter Obi. So I don't say that. Maybe Atiku and Obi much later on, yes, but Kwankwaso doesn't look to me like somebody who is actually fighting the president for any serious whatever. Then coming, okay, you wanted to something?
No.
Yeah. Then but bringing it entirely home now. The reality is that in the coming days, after the Supreme Court would have ruled on the president's ruled on the appeal being filed by Atiku and Peter Obi, it will now become clear where everything stands. Right now, there's a lot of attention on what the court are going to say. What the court is going to say. Is it next month or so?
Yeah.
But I mean, it can only go as far as it can go. But in the end, it will be clear how the court rules between the president and both Atiku and Peter Obi.
Cyril, let's step aside a little bit from this issue and get to the fact that, there's something Onoche said recently, that is not going down well with a lot of Nigerians. The immediate past chairman of the government board, Niger Delta Development Commission, Loretta Onoche, says that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election, Peter Obi, will never be declared the president of Nigeria. How do you look at such statement?
It is not for her to say such definitive, conclusive things. You remember when Donyo Kupe said the other time, he said, read my lips, GMB will never be president. In fact, he went from GMB to PMB. There are those who could swear and say they are very certain that Tinubu will not be president of Nigeria. He just was wasting his time. Some of them even came and prophesied. Well, today the man is president of Nigeria. If you don't hold the future, why do you speak so certainly about it? You should never do that when you're not the one in control of the future, because you never know what the future holds, even for you. So why speak with such audacity and such certainty, and to think that it is what you say that will stand. I don't think it is proper for her to have said that. The president of any country is sincerely the will of the people, and in a free and fair election, you cannot tell who is going to win until the votes have been cast. What we should be talking about in this country, we should be worried why we're a nation in which the gavel speaks louder than the ballot. That's a slap on democracy. You see, it's like having a new piece of cloth with which you want to make a dress, and whenever your tailor makes the dress, until you have amended it with some obina or a book, the dress can't be worn. So it means something is wrong with your tailor. You need to change your dressmaker. That's what we are today. Why is it that fresh election, the parties elect their candidates, nominate their candidates, they come into the main election, from nominees, from aspirants to candidates, and election day comes, it's as if some people just have found a way to just sit back and meet some minimum requirements and wait for the courts. There's only, why waste your time at the ballot when you can get it at the courts? I think that's where we are. Why we should be bothered about why the fact is, look, if we're a country in which the ballot tells us is the final arbiter, a lot of these people that take us for granted and say and spew all sorts of gibberish, they will not be so bold to say the things they say. They won't insult us. They won't abuse us. They won't say some policies will not even be executed, because they know that anything you do, you'll be punished at the ballot. But our democracy is still very infantile by choice. All right, this is why politicians, can say with certainty, it's my turn. They say, it's the turn of our geopolitical zone. It's the turn of our. Why is it? So is it not because they are certain that once it is their turn, they will get it, whether votes are cast or not? I don't know if you get where I'm going. It's as if they are certain that once the ticket is zoned to them, nothing else will count. Everybody. So it means that the politicians believe in themselves and just take it that as far as within themselves, there's an agreement. The voter is of no consequence. That's where it goes. It's the turn of our ward, turn of our unit, turn of our state, turn of our geopolitical zone to produce a president or produce a council or produce a commission or produce anything. The Evocable Gentleman Agreement. So whatever happened to the voters? Why is it that? So does it mean that somebody cannot wake up one day, articulate programs, be a good orator, talk to the people, appeal to the voter, and then win the election? So the ballot is sick. That's why we hear all these things. The person who is saying that, when last did she run for office, Lorette or Noche? When last did she run for office? Is it that easy to run for office and to win, or even to lose? Is it that easy?
No, owing to some of the statements she's made in time past, and even in recent times, it looks like it's becoming a personal beef or a personal thing between herself and the person of Peter Obi. Now, let me break this down. What she said. Let me read it out. Verbatim here. She wrote, "Dear Peter Obi, you have shamelessly just gone on national TV to call on the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, to reveal his identity to Nigerians and the world. This is the most idiotic request." That's what she said. Idiotic request. Nigerians have had the misfortune of hearing from one whose advisors are people with mental health issues. I mean, do you look at it? She went for that to say, Nigeria parades some of the most intelligent people on earth, and you disrespect our intelligence in this way? Manipulation is a skill, and you are unskilled when it comes to manipulation. If you do not know who President Tinubu is, you have been probably locked up as a prisoner of your wrapped mind, or you have been living in Cocoa Land, And she went forward to say a whole lot. So,
what's Cocoa Land?
I don't understand. Now, the thing is this: how would you look at this statement? Is it not looking like one beef between two people? I mean, it's like these guys are, the way Onoche is taking this matter is quite different from what people know.
No. Somebody can make it personal. Doesn't mean that it's indeed a personality or a personal thing. Onoche shouldn't take it personal. One. Number two is the fact that I think perhaps because of P2B's personality, they've all turned him they've all turned punching him into some kind of pastime. He's suave, he's urbane, he's soft spoken, he's simple looking, so as a result of that, imagine us saying this against Donald Trump, for example. Jude, imagine us saying this against Donald Trump, and just imagine the way he would have responded to her. Or even an Ayo Fayoshe, for example, and just imagine how he would have responded to her. Or a Yenson Wike, for example, and imagine how he would have responded to her. So I think they know the people they take their battles to. Like I said, Obi's simple is easygoing, soft spoken, wouldn't be one to return it for that, most likely. So they all just make a pastime of it, attacking him. But the reality is that be careful, because when you point a finger at anybody, the rest of the fingers are pointing at you. The kind of words you use to abuse somebody just tells who you really are. The choice of words you use, the source of a thing tells who the person really is. Because the person is even the person using this language, just sort of tells you, yes, if it can come from there, then it's like that there. Jude, if it can come from there, if it can come like that from there, then it means that it's really like that over there. So I mean, Onacha is only exposing herself for who she really is. P2B will be quiet. I'm not sure anybody from his camp will even respond to her. Anybody that is really working with him closely will not respond to her.
When I was just thinking when she made mention of Cuckoo Land and all of that, I'm like, and that's relating to some level of absurdity.
Why would you even stoop so low? Can anybody look at P2B and associate him with anything like that? That's why I said when you behave, when a dog is barking, the owner of a dog, any passerby does not bark at the dog. It's a waste of time. You speak, you talk, you tell the dog what to do. So when people go this low, go so low, what P2B and people like him should do is simply to go so high, not to dignify this sort of crass language with a response, undignifying speech with good language. And again, I've seen a lot of people on the other side, I mean from the APC, refer to P2B in very condescending language. Last night on Channels Television, somebody was there, and I respect that man a whole lot, but I mean, come on. The sort of language he was using on P2B, just this is no longer about he's our opponent. It's like some kind of disdain and looking down upon and saying, who is even this one? We are human beings in the end. Politicians, professionals, artisans. In the end, we are men and women. We are all equal citizens. To use such language against a fellow citizen just goes to show the other side of us sometimes, and it's not really welcome. It's not good at all.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM. In case you're just joining us, he is Cyril Abaku, and my name is Jude Ikami Jude, and you're on to matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Well, let me also let you know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has asked the Apex Court to dismiss the appeal filed by candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, against declaration as president. Tinubu predicated his request on the grounds that Atiku's appeal seeking to upturn the judgment of the Presidential Election Tribunal, which affirmed his victory at the presidential poll, was lacking in merit and abuse of court processes. Of course, let's see how all of that goes. But then, Cyril, let me bring you here quickly. Let's just help us touch on some of these issues before I let you go. The Apex Igbo the social cultural organization, or Anes and Igbo, has appealed to President Bola Tinubu to withdraw all charges against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Ohaneze said the appeal comes in light of the recent release of Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, who is a Yoruba nation activist from who was released from prison. Now, what they are saying is that they are asking the president to, as a matter of fact, also free Nnamdi Kanu. Now, the judgment is going to be coming up in December, I think December 15th, if I'm not mistaken. Now, do you see something really drastic happening this time around?
No. The president, I mean, if Mr. President had wanted to reach some kind of agreement or deal with Ohaneze or with any other, it would have come long since. But when the new governor of Anambra State came on board, he did everything he could. He visited the president and said, "If I give him to me, I take responsibility for whatever." But the president, I don't think his call was heeded, and so Ohaneze is also making this case in light of Igboho's release. The reality is that if we are gunning for a political solution to the Nnamdi Kanu saga situation, it has to be Ohaneze may just continue to appeal to the president, because in the end that's what we need right now: moral power, moral suasion. Get the president to see reasons why, and then to also make it clear that this man won't be a risk anymore to the country. Already they are working towards, I mean, if you check now, in the past 1 month thereabout, the sit at home on Mondays has been largely weakened. But then the government also has to now take the responsibility to make sure that the other man, Simon Ekpa in Finland, who is not letting up, what do you now do with him? Wouldn't you rather enter into a bilateral agreement with Finland and have him extradited to Nigeria? So he would face charges. Ultimately, it's not about Kanu, Igboho, or even Ekpa, or even the CNG up north. It's about the fact that we must address Nigeria's national question right away. If it will involve revisiting the past conference reports, Obasanjo had one, Jonathan had one, and there are about 10 of them since independence. Visit them and let's see how we want to live together as a country. These agitations will continue. It's not about Igboho or Nnamdi Kanu. They are just the faces of the modern part of face of the struggle. Ken Wiwa was fighting in those days when he was hanged by Abacha and his junta. We must find a way to address the national question and how exactly we want to live as a country. Until it's addressed, our children sometimes other people are going to come up to say they're too agitating. So how do we? That's even the more fundamental question. It's not about Igboho or Nnamdi Kanu. It's about the fundamental issues that are plaguing the Nigerian state. How do we address them? That is the core problem. A country in which we can draw fine lines between citizen and indigene, it means we are not serious yet. A country in which where natural resources are, look at now, people in some part of the country are mining the resources and they are using them for their benefit. Meanwhile, the one in other parts of the country don't belong to them. It belongs to the federal government. That's injustice. How do we address these problems? We live in a country where your name alone is enough to make sure that you won't go very far. So those are the issues. It's not about Kanu, Igboho or anything. Let us address the national question. Until we fix that, all the plastic measures we take will just last for one government, another government, but then fundamentally we will still be in a quiet.
But you know that, or wouldn't you rather agree with me that the release of Kanu will play a pivotal role, in restoring peace in the southeast region?
No, the way I see it.
And again, do you think this man will be released again this time around?
No,
that's what I asked you.
To be frank, this is a hot potato. Obviously, the way I see it. So when Governor Mba met Tinubu, for example, I don't know what exactly put on the table. I don't know. But what we saw was he said releasing, and of course, I don't know if people are reading it the way I'm reading it, but I think that the governor of Enugu played a key role in ending this Monday sit at home in the southeast.
In southeast.
He played it, and this is just within months of coming into office. It's one of the reasons I've come to admire the man. So if I really don't. Or what is federal government also considering? On what condition will they release him to the Southeasterners? I think it's dicey. It could swing it that way. But if they can agree on how to contain the situation and make sure that it doesn't escalate anymore, fine. If Nnamdi Kanu will also give.
When you say on what condition, I begin to ask questions. When you say on what condition will he be released this time around, a court of competent jurisdiction has asked him to be released before now. And it wasn't released.
And when they kept him, what did anybody do? The reality of the matter is again, the same thing happened with Asari Dokbo. The court will say the man, the El Zazaki, it happened with him. What's he called? The other one, Sambo Dasikitu.
Okay.
Now, the federal government, when the court says releasing, what did the federal government do? I thought they appealed the ruling.
Did they?
There's a ruling. The Supreme Court is going to rule on December 15.
Of course.
Good. There was a way a barrister was describing it. It is lawful, not illegal. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. When you say appeal the ruling, I don't understand. Help us understand. When you say appeal the ruling, are you talking about the December the 15th issue?
No,
before now?
No, before. Look, the court said, in fact, the court said all the grounds on which they are brought in, right? I thought that's what the court said. You know, because of the first extraordinary rendition from Kenya.
Okay.
And when they say, how did you bring him? Federal government has no. You cannot bring a man to court when we don't know how you brought him. I think this whole controversy was there. But the fact is this: the Nnamdi Kanu case is not just a matter of what the court rulings. The government, President Buhari's government, showed more than enough malice towards Nnamdi Kanu. It's a fact. But the reality again is that the concern about releasing him and maybe having the region fall into another tailspin and so on. This matter is highly complicated. I think that there ought to be both a legal resolution and political resolution to it. Take it
highly complicated, but then someone will tell you that the president has a veto to do anything at this point.
So in using the veto, in using his veto, but he cannot veto what the court say. We can talk about government that chooses which court order to respect. We can talk about that. We can talk about the fact that government is looking for every means and avenue to just keep the case.
How was Sunday Igboho released? Let's look at that also.
Sunday Igboho's release was not a Nigerian affair. It was released in Benin Republic.
No, how was he released?
In Nigeria or in Benin?
In Benin.
I don't have the details. I don't know.
Was it taken to a court?
I honestly don't know. The last I remember was that DSS went to us and caught a cat and said that they thought the cat was going to transmit into.
Because when Igboho came out, he thanked the likes of Olusegun Obasanjo and the whole lot of persons for his release. And now we're saying, why not do same thing?
Okay. So let me give you a hint.
Okay.
What I read into that is that there might have been backdoor negotiations and political solution to say releasing. No, the question is, if he comes back to Nigeria, will he be put on trial or not? That is the question we should be asking. Is that okay? Good. So, but Benin is not Nigeria. Now, in the case, and that's why I said the likes of Governor Mba Ohaneze. Did you remember when Ohaneze went to visit Buhari? It was okay. I released him to us. He listened to them. After the whole meeting, what happened? The president didn't. In fact, the impression was given that this man was going to be released within days. Then suddenly nothing came out of it anymore. In fact, I was of the opinion that the way President Buhari was even posturing towards the Igbo, he was not even going to have them in audience. When that meeting took place, I believed, I said, okay, it is likely that something was going to give. Chief Bazulika Mechi was the head of the delegation. How do you bring such a man into State House and then in the end, you don't even grant the request that they came to ask for? So, clearly, government is fishing for something else. But that's what I'm saying, that we ought to have both a legal and political resolution to what is going on in the Southeast. I'm happy that so far, relative peace is returning to the region if you look at the way things are going. But then Nnamdi Kanu decimal has also to be addressed, which is to say, if the courts can give their rulings, it's fine. But I think that beyond the court ruling, there also ought to be substantive justice, both to Kanu, to Ohaneze, to the region, and to everybody. And that in the end, peace in the Southeast is peace for all of Nigeria. And that I also think that there is need for both a political and legal resolution to what is going on. That is what will in the end bode well for peace, long-term peace in the region.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Cyril. Before I let you go, Abdurrashid Bawa is fully out, and Mr. Ola Olukoyede is fully in
as the
EFCC chairman. EFCC chairman in our country, Nigeria.
Well, we will need to check him out, see what he has done in the past.
You still want to check him out again?
Oh well, now that he's EFC chairman,
he's here.
He comes on for that. No, he's fine
already.
It's okay. He's there.
Okay.
But if anybody who's not familiar with his name, we now want to check him out to say, who is this person? When Bawa was out, the person who came in as acting EFC chairman was I'm trying to pick the name now.
Before Bawa?
No, after Bawa left.
Okay. the acting.
Yes.
What's this guy's name?
Yeah, good. So you see, when he came into, a lot of us wanted to know who is this guy. So now that, I mean, this for the first time a Southerner, I don't know if he's a Christian, because I know that we went from Nuhu Ribadu, Farida Waziri, Ibrahim Lamode, and so on, you know, all of them. Yeah, so but now that we have Olukayode.
That's his name.
Yeah, Olukoyede.
His name is Ola Olukoyede.
So if the first Southerner, first non-Northerner, Yoruba. So I mean, we would like to know, so who is this guy? What's his background? What has he done in the past? It's only normal to, of course, those who will be handling his media will also want Nigerians to be able to know the new man and buy into his vision and policies for the EFCC. He's going to spend the first few weeks telling Nigerians about himself and what his plans are for the EFCC and what he intends to change about the war on corruption, if at all it's still going on.
Okay. Maybe I should break it down. Olukoyede is a lawyer with over 22 years of experience, you know, as a regulatory compliance consultant and specialist in fraud management and corporate intelligence. He has extensive experience in the operations of the EFCC, having previously served as the chief of staff to the executive chairman, that is from 2016-2018, and secretary to the commission 2018-2023. As such, he fills a statutory requirement for appointment as a chairman of the EFCC. Is this not enough?
Great. So
you're okay. You're okay now, right?
No, this is for the public. But of course, you know.
How do you mean this is for the public?
No, hold on. This is a brief bio of the man. It's okay. I mean, it serves the purpose, but then that's not all that there is to know about him. Obviously, we will get to know more and more of him in the days to come. But we can only wish him well and hope that the war on corruption does not continues to remain on a high. That is able to get his act together and make sure that the war on corruption. Someone will say that is, if it is even still on, the war on corruption is resuscitated and we're able to go after people who have put their hand in the till, help themselves to our Commonwealth, and get them to account for what they might have stolen from public treasury.
Cyril Abaku, just to touch on what's happening in Israel.
Yeah.
Yes, before we go.
Well,
Israel is saying that we will crush Hamas, like it will be they will be forgotten from the surface of the earth. I mean, they've sworn to do that.
The problem you see, people are saying, I've heard the commentariat, I've had diverse views about what is going on in Israel, between Israel and Hamas, but the reality is that the war between Israel and the war for Israel's security has been on for 70 years now.
Okay.
What Hamas did on Saturday just sort of guarantees the fact that another 70 years may have been guaranteed. You know what I mean? These wars have been on. To date, Israel, Lebanon, Israel, Syria, Israel, Egypt, Israel, Jordan, like that. 1948 was when the state of Israel was declared. Days later, they were attacked. That war lasted until 49, thereabout. The other war came up in 67, the 6-day war, in which Israel fought against our Arab neighbors and brought brought them to their knees virtually, attacking Egypt, attacking Syria. In popular folklore, we were told that the whole world knelt down to beg Israel. Thereafter, the Yom Kippur came up in 1973. Yom Kippur lasted for within 3 weeks. Israel had pushed back the attackers, Egypt and Syria. I think in 1982, Israel invaded Lebanon, and then all these wars have been taking place. 2006 again, Israel and Lebanon fought. But what Hamas, this is the greatest attack on Israel since the Holocaust, and I can assure you that what happened 5 days ago is a guarantee of what will happen in the next 70 years. This is just like giving Israel a reason not to even go back to the negotiating table with any of its neighbors anymore. Before now, the two-state solution was about to even take shape. At the last United Nations General Assembly, the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, boldly announced that that they were about to normalize relations with Saudi Arabia, which before now was a very unlikely thing. They had normalized relations with the UAE, and that they were now and the final stage of normalized relations with Saudi Arabia, which many people were, in fact, which I also welcomed. But with what Hamas has done, and Hezbollah also getting into the fray, attacking northern Israel, it's very clear now that they've set back peace by very many years, and
U.S. President Joe Biden called the bloody Hamas attack on Israel the deadliest day for Jews since the Holocaust. Deadliest.
I said it here.
Oh God, it's children being killed,
raped,
women raped, like
maimed.
I don't understand.
Yes,
that's too much.
Yes,
and these are civilians. People who you should be protecting.
No,
people who you should be protecting. On the norm.
You see, so, and the evidence we have of what really happened in southern Israel was provided by Hamas themselves. Okay, they were posting these things on social media. So in some cases on the handles of the people whom they had, maybe so they come into a house, rape the woman in front of her husband, then kill them both, and post the pictures on the social media handles of those people, of the victims. So you've just given us a reason not to believe that, and that this whole thing about normalization of peace in with their neighbors is close by, is within touching distance. It's no more. It's no more. It has gone very far. In fact, it has traveled by light years. It will take a very long time for things to even ever get back to normal. As I speak to you, I think yesterday, Bibi Netanyahu formed his war cabinet. The war cabinet in Parliament. A war cabinet will traditionally include members of the opposition, because in a time of war is an emergency. So what you now have is that the whole of Israel is sort of united against this. Politically, they are all united against a common enemy, Hamas. I just hope that the collateral damage is not more than it should be, and that sooner than later they can all get back to the talking, to the what's it called now, to the negotiating table for dialogue, so that Hamas is already calling for dialogue. But I just feel Israel wants to have its pound of flesh,
of course,
to fill both hands before they can even think of having negotiations. I don't know how soon that will be, but I hope that it comes up handy and comes up on time.
Cyril, look at it. The death toll in Gaza, Gaza Strip has risen to at least 1,354. The Hamas Health Ministry said, with dozens killed since Thursday morning following a massive Israeli bombardment of the enclaves. At least 1,354 people killed already. The question is, some persons will tell you that there are countries behind Hamas, right? Or you believe that too?
Of course I do, because Hamas couldn't have beaten the Iron Dome. They could not have beaten it. What happened? In fact, they breached Israel by land, by sea, and by air. It doesn't. Israel, the Mossad gave birth to Israel. Israel didn't give birth to the Mossad. Israel has one of the most powerful intelligence gathering networks in the Middle East, and of course around the world. We now hear from the Americans that Egypt had fed Israel intelligence days before what happened. But I don't know what Israel did with it, what the Mossad or the Shin Bet did with it. The powerful nations, one we know for a fact, Iran sponsors Hamas. So that, you can take that to the bank, but it's even beyond Iran. It's way beyond Iran.
How do you mean way beyond Iran?
Well, you want me to
no, before we wrap things up quickly.
Yeah, people have pointed fingers to the east to say that some Eastern power gave critical help, was able to make sure that the Iron Dome was beaten. And the only countries in the league that have the capacity to make that happen, you may be looking at countries like the US, Britain, Russia, China, and perhaps France. And you can look at it. China mostly plays the part of we are on the fence, because China will tell you that they are more interested in economic diplomacy than political diplomacy. France is rallying. France, Germany, the US, and Britain are all rallying behind Israel. So that leaves only Russia out. We don't know the role Russia played. Some people in Israel are saying that Russia was the one that supported Hamas too, but again,
it's part of those things. Thank you so very much for talking to us this afternoon. I appreciate you.
You literally captured me to the studio this afternoon.
Yes, I have to. Thank you again.
It's okay.
This is Voice of the People, and we are 90.3 FM. My name is Jude. It can be Jude. Time now to get to the phone lines to get your own take, your opinion, of course. No, you have to stay back. Seriously. Now, let's get to open up the phone line so we can talk to you, because, Mr. Serial, some questions might come to you. All right? So just stay back for me. All right? But then, you know how I want you to go? Civil for me. Whatever you want to say, if you have to call me, please keep it civil. Okay? Just keep it very, 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 very civil. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Okay, let's go there. 0700 903 903 903. Okay, that's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. If you want to call in, move away from your radio set. Okay, or just turn down, or you can turn down the volume. Okay, yeah, just that will be fine. Thank you. All right. Don't forget the WhatsApp portal is also open there. 0700 903 903 9. Again, 0700 903 903 9. Let's do this. Good afternoon to you.
In the neighborhood, yes.
Hello, good afternoon. Are you there?
I've always been making people laugh.
Hello? Oh, okay. Please do well to call back, okay? Just do well to call back.
Yes.
0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be part of this beautiful conversation this afternoon.
When we go to the
good afternoon to you.
I'm coming back with bicycle now.
Hello, good afternoon.
Stop at
good afternoon to you.
And watch
you have social on the line.
All right.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. You see, I don't normally comment on political issues.
God, I would like to be like these people.
But I just want to point out something.
Exactly.
You see the BBC report.
That's to tell
when you see people who have set their mind in criminality, you will know. The BBC report is just what we defend.
After my EP, I went to secondary
they are
school.
Just helping to give them something to tender in the court. That you see social newspaper and done a research on the matter, and they said there's no forgery.
Which is like a stone
That's how I feel.
Chiba village. Yes. After that, I don't want to go into the things that happened then.
Hello?
Because
Okay. Thank you so very much.
Some challenges.
We'll take more calls and of course read your messages. You can start sending in your. I already have a lot of messages already. But then, okay, let's take take more calls right now. Okay.
Okay.
Continue to keep it civil.
Remember what caused anti-SAP riot?
Right? Let's just keep it civil.
You can't remember.
0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. And WhatsApp 0700 903 9039. That's the WhatsApp number. Again, 0700 903 9039. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, there can be Jude.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. This is Monday from Adelaide calling you once again.
Okay.
Sir, please, I want to quote something. The Bible let us to know that Jesus Christ is addressing the disciples. Shall we continue in sin that grace might abound? We say, God forbid. This naira, shall we continue that this dollar will be high and killing the naira? We say no, God forbid. Everything now is too expensive. And again, look at how everything is going. I have no job as I'm talking to you now. I don't know what I will do. I'm asking for jobs because everything in the market is too expensive. This is coming celebration of the 25. How can the poor masses celebrate it. And in my school days, without a good result, my teacher will fail me and I will not pass. But come on, look at how they now pass this man's judgment, and still the court did not give us good results. Still, they say it's not his name, and everything, well, everybody knows. But at the end of the day, the court cannot do something. How kind of country are we celebrating? We celebrate 63 years now, and at the end of the day, we are still celebrating the president. But can you do, please tell us, this country, is this how we will continue? Please, if you have job for me, I'm interested because the poverty is too much.
It's well, my brother. It's well. It's well. It's well. It's well. It's well. That's all I have to say. 0700. Don't worry. When there's a job, I'll keep you posted. Yes. Mr. Siri, you want to say something?
No. If you have a job, right?
Yeah. If there is an opportunity,
yeah, I'll
let you know. Okay? Yeah. Don't worry. Just keep your fingers crossed. 0700 903 903 903. Yes. All right. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
From afternoon.
All right. What's your name?
My name is Akin calling from.
All right. Let's hear you, please. Hello? Okay. 0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon. Hello? Please endeavor to move away from your radio set so we can hear each other. Okay? It's as simple as that. Very, very simple. Move away from your radio set so we can hear each other. Good afternoon to you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. No, sorry about that. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Let me greet my CEO especially. He knows the one talking. Serious. Brilliant analysis as ever. Especially with respect to Hamas. I've taken time to observe Netanyahu for the past 3 days. I doubt if that man has slept for 4 hours in some 2 hours. But it reminds me of FDR after Japan pulled the lion's tail, attacking Pearl Harbor unprovoked. But you know the result. Nagasaki and Hiroshima will forever tell the story. Yeah. Hamas will become history. Yeah. After this was happened, in 10 years' time, we will only be hearing that there was a terrorist group called Hamas. Because they have come to tell the world that they are truly against Israel. Imagine Hamas, which is predominantly a Sunni biased Islam group, coming with Hezbollah, which is Shiite. They hardly see eye to eye. But because they have a common enemy in Israel, look at the havoc they reach. Beheading babies. How would they go that low? It's just to wipe them out of the map, honestly. Whatever it takes. This dialogue, guys, I don't believe in it. That dialogue will happen. You don't see my picking. I can't leave you. Anyway, you know, I always want to hear you. Just like last time, I know that you also listen to me. So let me say, hear you give the world the guy of brilliant mind. But for Hamas, bye for Hamas forever. I'm still listening.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. You know, when some people just talk.
It's the reality. You know, it said that if you want to make friends, make yourself friendly. But I think the way it looks now, clearly Israel has the upper hand militarily, has the upper hand. I want to think that Hamas properly understood the consequence before they took this step. They understood they have calculated the consequences, and now they are it. So it's theirs to deal with.
All right. Good afternoon to you. Are you there? Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I can hear you. Good afternoon to you.
Hello?
Oh my God. Having some network issues there. Probably. But keep the calls coming in, okay? 0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon.
Hello.
You need to move away from your radio set, okay? Just move away from your radio set. All right. Good afternoon to you this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kamejide. How are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Cyril,
How are you doing?
Very good afternoon to you. I'm fine.
Okay. Cyril, I've been watching your analysis for some time now, and you always flow. But I discover why try to analyze the whole BBC news about the certificate. You find it so difficult. Cutting the head of the photocopy, cutting the tail. You are just trying to explain over and over, which means there is nothing to defend. That is what I are just doing. But it is where God will help us. Honestly, the BBC report is nothing to write home about. That's the truth. They didn't tell us the actual truth, or whosoever that did that investigation didn't do a proper job as a journalist. That's the truth. Concerning the Hamas of a thing is honestly it's unbelievable what they did. It's unbelievable, and I know for sure that Israel will never forgive this. Seriously, Israel, they will go hard on them. They will go hard on them. Thank you very much. That's just my contribution. Thank you very much. God bless you for the good work.
I appreciate you so very much. Thank you and thank you and thank you again. Now let's do this one. Good afternoon.
Finally, good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon to you guys. Good afternoon, sir.
You're very good afternoon to you, madam. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Akuchinyere once I'm calling from Ojo local government.
Welcome.
First of all, good luck to you Monday. God will grant you your heart desire. Now, quick one. People be let us not forget that for the fact P2B and the Tinubu are pursuing the same thing. I mean, chasing the same thing. That doesn't mean that they are mixed. I mean, in age, Tinubu senior P2B in many years. He may say that age is just a number. Yes, even though he did not see any other thing to respect him, let him respect him by his age. And let him also not forget that Atiku called him some days ago, like you just said. Some days ago, let him come, let them join hands together and fight their fight, because they are fighting the same fight. We are the ones killing ourselves for them, because they are fighting their fight. And he said, let him be doing his own and let himself be doing his own. Now, why did he not go to the national TV, the national watch, to now talk about tell Tinubu to come and explain himself? Did we tell him in any way that Tinubu did not know his roots, or he don't know where he's coming from? Let him know that Tinubu is 70 plus, and him, he's just 61 or 62. Two of them are not the same needs. So, and let him also remember that we respect him a lot. Now back to the woman, the lady that is looking for a job and think that she can open her gutter and talk to whosoever that she sees anyhow. Yes, she may be looking for.
Be mindful of your words, though. Okay, please.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I continue now?
Just go ahead.
So let her know that she is a woman. That doesn't give her the right to talk to anybody anyhow. Tinubu and people will know what they're chasing about. It's none of our business. Bye for now.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. VOP 90.3 FM. I like it if we all keep it civil with all of our opinions, okay? Just keep it civil. Take it easy. Take it easy. All right. Let's just be objective and let's just be objective about all of these things. I beg you, without calling names and insulting anyone. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, sorry about that. I think you have to move away from your radio set and then call me back. Good afternoon to you.
Good
afternoon.
Good afternoon, your guest. I think he touches the whole topic excellently. I must commend him. He's a very young man with a lot of things in his upstairs. One thing I want to put out there is I heard him said they should concentrate on going to get the likes of ECPA. I'm sorry, Nigeria cannot do that. These countries you are looking at, they are not backyard countries. They understand what it means for you to have your rights. Are we questioning that Nigerian government have not been trying? They've been trying. Nobody is supporting what ECPA is doing. But where he's living today knows for fact that they know all the injustices that are taking place in Nigeria. So even if they are willing, they have that what is it called partnership for those kind of thing. You know, they will never release anybody. Any same country will never release anybody to Nigerian government because of the way they're treating people. And that is what we are talking about. They get it today. They're misusing it. They don't think about tomorrow. The way they treated Nnamdi Kanu, right? No country that is sane that will ever release, especially if you have a citizenship in that country, will ever release that person to Nigerian government. And that is why when we cry out the way they're behaving, people think we just hate them. No, we don't hate them. It's because of this kind of things. He is done in Finland, causing a lot of havoc. But you can't get him. I'm telling you, we've tried a lot from here in Europe. We've written to them. We've done things. So we know what we're talking about. Nigerian government will not be able to do that. You know, and coming to this thing, you see what we're talking about. Everybody is covering their back. The likes of Obasanjo, the likes of Professor Gwajue, they went behind to go and talk on behalf of what is it?
I have said it a couple of times. You don't call people names on this show, okay? And I have always said it. Do keep it civil. Always keep it civil, okay? Always keep it civil. All right. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Are you there? Oh my God. So sorry about that. Do call back. Just try and see if you can call back, okay? Mr. Peter Obi has said it all. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Any house built on a faulty foundation cannot stand even though it stands. There is no guarantee for its sustainability. Okay. All right. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. You know, them likes they went behind, go and talked about Sunday Igboho for him to be released. Like you are this thing, your guest rightly said, it's political move. You know, and this is why Nigeria cannot move forward.
Right.
If they are able to do that, they should do it all around. Everybody who is politically detained, and they find reason, especially the likes of Nnamdi Kanu, who the court have said, let go.
Hello, sorry about that. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Ned calling from Switzerland.
All right.
First of all, I want to appreciate you guys for your good work. But one of my sister, our Nigerian sister, who just called from Ojo, Akushinyela, or what her name is, should just know the politics has no mate. If you do your requirements, nobody will question you. If you enter politics, if you want to be a president of a country, you need to do the needful. That someone make press conference, he didn't insult anybody. He is just questioning. Even when Obama was a president, they call him out. He have to come and clear himself if he is a real citizen of America. So, if you enter politics, just know that people must question who you are. Just like you guys said now, the new EFCC chairman, people want to know him. People will start digging to know his past, what he has done. Does he deserve this office? This is politics. So we should always respect everybody's opinion and not insulting people because they just do their own research or they want to make any research about somebody. So, that one aside, Nigerians are suffering. Maybe she is not. Nigerians are going through a lot. Nigerians are committing suicide all over the states. Yesterday, there was a video that was going online where trailers of foodstuffs stocked somewhere where there is a bad road. I don't know the state. And this food commodity, carrots, vegetables, everything got spoiled. They have to offload it there and everything got spoiled. They are not yet to their destination, but everything. This is somebody's business. This is somebody's investment. You understand? This person go poorer because he is a Nigerian. Nigeria happened to them. Many of them might borrow money to do this business. Please, I call again. Let our politicians do the road. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for calling. All right, just keeping it civil for me, okay? Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Judy. How are you?
Welcome, I'm fine.
How are you doing with your guests in the studio?
Very good afternoon to you too.
Please, it's unfortunate that some people want to make some statement and they not reason about it. I'm reacting in respect of the woman that got from our job. The person that talked and the woman reacted negatively. The person asked questions. I say, please, why is this thing like this? Is the woman feeling happy? Is she happy of the current happenings in Nigeria? Is the woman happy that the economy is bad? Is the woman happy that some people are thrown out of job? Is the woman happy that the woman herself cannot even pay the school fees of her children? The question is that things should work and work right. And this is why Nigeria is the way we are today, because people will say the truth and they will not say the truth. And things continue to turn upside down. I see this Nigeria as it stands now. If nothing, there was a program I watched on air, I arrived yesterday night from Party Otomi. Nigerians must think right. Let things take its place. Let us see how we can move forward. Let's see how Nigeria can breathe. The National Assembly said, they debated and said, will Nigeria breathe? They said yes. Everybody shouted yes, Nigeria will breathe, Nigeria will not breathe. Please, let us see, when we see things going wrong, we should be able to open our mouth and say, things are wrong. And we should take correctional measures other than allow sentiment to take place. When sentiment comes into issues, we cannot do any reasonable. Nigerians, please, we are calling on everybody, both old and young. Issue of economy does not concern age. Issue of economy does not concern your position. Issue of economy does not concern are we doing it right on. What we are talking about is that what can we do as individuals, as communities, collective efforts so that we can move forward, let Nigerians live a good life. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you and thank you again. Now, Monday, someone sent a message here. Monday, Ifeanyi Chukwu is his name, from Barua Ikpaja. He said, please ask Mr. Monday from Agege if he can drive. If he can't drive, what kind of job is he looking for? So you
the person who wanted the job, was he a man? Was he male or female?
He's a male.
Oh, okay.
He's a male.
Okay.
Hope
he's still listening. And
I guess he's listening. So you might as well win yourself a job right now. But tell us before the end of the day. So tell us what you can do, okay? And someone is willing to help. Let's go here. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Joe. I'm calling from Egbeda.
Good afternoon.
I sent you a message on WhatsApp. I have gunshots in my leg. I'm hungry. I want to eat to take my tablet. Wow. I sent my everything to you. I'm from Boko Haram. My husband was and my 4 children. I have 1 short. I live in Esbeda. I've done 3 times of prison of Nigeria. I've been begging since. Please, I want to eat to take my job. My daughter she can't pay her market again. She's the one that is taking care of me at 20 years. She has packed her money and go to Open University. She can't fry her chin and granite again. I'm hungry.
All right.
Let me send the picture of my leg. I can't walk. I'm hungry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Hungry. I live in Chachola Street.
Oh, wait. Okay. You said you sent a message to me?
I beg this boy, help me send message for WhatsApp.
And you've sent...
This is my number.
You've sent the message? Did you send any message? Hello?
Help me send... Hello? I can hear you.
Did you send any message?
Yeah, for WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, okay.
I sent my address of my house where I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. I'll check the WhatsApp message, okay? I'll check the WhatsApp message. But what can we do? This is Voice of the People, and there's no way we can... I can't skip this one. I can't skip this one. If the last thing I will do today, I don't mind. Nigerians, is it possible we just assist? Nothing is too small or nothing is too big, all right? But there's something I do. I trace the person. I go there. I find out myself. I do my daily... Don't worry. Don't just... For some persons might just be doubting. Don't worry. Just leave that to me, okay? But then, in case you want to maybe find a way to help or assist this person, all right? To even treat the leg. Let's start from the source, okay? And help her work better again and get something to do. You might as well just reach out to me. Reach out to... Just send the message or a WhatsApp message to this number. Now let me just quickly drop it. 070 121 46454. 070 121 46454. 070 121 46454. And that's it. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let's see if we can do this quickly. All right. Hello. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. I don't know. Are you guys still live and watching something?
Yes.
A particular lady just...
Yes. We're still live.
This lady...
We're still live.
Oh, because there's this lady that just called now complaining about her leg or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to... I don't know her, but I feel touched. How can I send you like 10,000 naira to support her?
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, you know what you do for me? I will get your details right now, okay? And then we will... I'll send you... We'll just talk after the show, okay? Hope that will be fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Just hold on. Let me get your details, okay? Just stay there, leave for me. Okay. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Just hold on for me. Okay, thank you. Thank you so very much now. I'll get back to you, okay? Thank you. Bless you. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Mr. Siri, I think I can let you go now. I can let you go now.
You captured me.
So you can continue with your job.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you so very much for coming.
My pleasure, anytime.
I thought someone is going to throw a question to you.
Oh, well, luckily they didn't.
It hasn't come, maybe.
It hasn't come. Yeah, but I mean, the quest to create a better country, lies with everyone. We all owe it to ourselves to create a better Nigeria, both for ourselves and for our children. Not just in Nigeria, but I mean across the world. So we must do everything we can in our little spaces. I mean, hearing the complaint raised by this woman now, for example, good spirited Nigerians must come to,
Yeah.
But again, I was wondering, this Boko Haram attack and stuff like that, and someone could afford to travel all the way from the north down here, and the country doesn't even have a record of those who have been displaced and affected this way.
Just leave that. Sorry about that. Just leave that one. You see, it's well. Okay, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Well, let me read this. My regards to the guest. Patricia Onoche is a political what? What did you call her? She is seeking for recognition, but it's very unfortunate for her in this situation concerning BBC. Their findings are not yet complete. They should go back and do more. Thanks. Daniel from Oshodi sent in that message. Okay, we'll do more calls now. Quickly. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Please, what I want to complain is that about Ladipo market, they open some places, so they do not open everywhere. See, even my children, they don't go to school because the thing affects us badly. Please, them are beg federal government, they should open everywhere now. They're just giving in the news that they open Ladipo market, but for Parliament, they've not opened everywhere. All right. Upon everything is getting higher. People are dying silently in this country, and governments are not doing anything.
It's okay. Well done, sir. It's okay. Thank you so very much. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. Don't worry, the lady, I have your contact already. You don't have to call. Okay, just relax. Okay. And when I'm done with the show, we get to talk. I get to find out what's up. Okay, let's see if we can take some few more calls and we wrap things up this afternoon. Shall we? Okay. Like I said, the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. Then WhatsApp is 0700 903 9039. Hi, good afternoon.
Jude, good afternoon, sir. It's Monday calling you back, sir.
Okay, Monday.
Yes, sir. I appreciate for what you have just told me now. I'm so happy. Thank you very much.
Can you drive?
I will keep my... Yes, sir. Sir?
Can you drive?
A car?
No,
I can drive a car.
Wheelbarrow.
Yes, sir. I can drive a car. Yes, sir. Not a bus. Yes, sir. Let me just... Thank you so much. I appreciate.
No, what are you thanking me for now?
I appreciate.
What are you thanking me for?
I know God have already used you to do it for me. That's why I'm thanking you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Send a message to that number, okay?
Okay. I will do just that.
0700.
I will do just that.
Sorry, 070-121-46454. Okay? Yeah, just send a message to that number. Thank you. Good afternoon to you.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Is this Jude from Voice of the People, right?
Exactly. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Osita, but I'm calling from the diaspora. But I want to keep it anonymous.
Okay, talk to me.
The location. Yeah, I'm currently watching your afternoon show, and there's this lady that just called, complain about a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. And I feel like I want to reach out to her too. So if we could talk after the program.
Okay. Did you get the WhatsApp number I dropped?
Yeah, there's a WhatsApp number on the screen. That's what I called.
Not that one.
Okay,
can you get this one? Can you get this one quickly?
Okay, yeah. Just hold on. Let me get my other phone. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
070 121 464 54.
Let me call it 070 121 46454, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just WhatsApp number alone.
Okay, so I can reach you on this number directly,
sure.
or is it
someone is going to respond to you immediately. Just send a message to that number right away.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Keep doing a great job.
Thank you. So
even though you guys are not allowed to express yourself and let the people express the way they should, but we understand.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, hi, Judah.
Hi.
7-0. Good morning. Oh, good morning. You guys should be in the afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. From here.
Yeah. My name is Prince.
Okay, Prince.
I am gonna have a lady called and complain about certain things.
Okay.
For me, I'll be sending walkie-talkie to you.
Okay.
In that respect.
No problems.
Okay.
At all.
Yeah. Walkie-talkie will reach out to you, and then you get, whichever way to get her.
Okay.
All right.
All
right. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for calling. Let's leave it here. Like I said, please, if you want to do anything for her, if you want to, we could talk more there. Okay. That WhatsApp number is active, very, very active. 070-121-46454. Okay, let's talk more. I'm out of here, but I'll be here for the Friday edition tomorrow. You can send, if you still want to do anything, you can send maybe a text message or a WhatsApp message to that number. Let's just leave it there for today. Thank you so very much. My name is Jude. It can be Jude. Let's keep doing good. That's why we are alive for each other. Good afternoon.
Dear valued listeners, we believe in free speech, but with freedom comes responsibility. We'd like to remind you to be mindful of the power of your words and the impact they can have on others. As members of Voice of the People community, it's crucial that we foster an environment of respect, empathy, and understanding. As we lead healthy discussions and diverse opinions, it is important to ensure that these opinions are backed by facts and grounded in truth. Slanderous statements and baseless accusations not only harm individuals but also undermine the very fabric of our community. So, how do you contribute to a more responsible and informed dialogue? 1. Fact check before you speak. Take the time to verify the information you intend to share. 2. Respectful language. Choose your words thoughtfully and avoid derogatory or offensive language. 3. Encourage healthy debate. Embrace the opportunity to engage in constructive conversations. 4. Lead by example. As a listener, you have a powerful voice. Thank you for joining us today. Together, let's make a difference by embracing factual dialogue and promoting respect in our conversations. As always, we value your opinions and encourage you to call in and share your thoughts responsibly. To be part of the conversation, the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. Again, 0700 903 903 903. You may send your WhatsApp messages to 0700 903 9039. Always remember, words have power. Use them wisely.
This is the station that gives you a voice.
How can you be jubilating when judgment has not been given? Meaning that you are bribing the judiciary.
You see a lot of young Nigerians who are leaving the country in droves. They are running away to escape poverty.
Now, I'm not looking at this issue, and I think Nigerians should rise.
Many families and poverty have been destroyed. Accountability is one of the things that is lacking in governance in this country.
Speak with no hindrance.
Chapter 4, Section 39 of the Nigerian Constitution, right to freedom of expression and press, states, every person shall be entitled to the freedom of expression, including freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impact ideas and information without interference.
Now you have a voice, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. 24/7 around the world, non-stop. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
Every day strike, ASU strike, market women strike, even Kole people they strike. We don't become country of strikers.
Even light self, we no fit give up. Don't run from motor. Even leg self, we get accident.
Why una dey complain? No una dey collect bribe, dey vote Sokoloko Bango ṣe.
Ìṣèjọba tó dára, òun là ń béèrè.
Anyị chọrọ ọchịchị onye kwuru uche ya, anyị achọrọghị ọchịchị nchigbu.
Ala ndeze temeka muna so make you.
Wetin we want na make dem rule us well.